Hey world, what's good? It's your boy LG and I'm back with another video. Y'all forgive me, I am up a little early. That's why I sound a little bit different. I do apologize, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to talk about this. Y'all, I talked about this earlier on Twitch, and I figured instead of just, you know, taking that version, I could, but I figured I'd make a different version for YouTube because I did do a lot of rambling and stuff like that. So you know, and of course I allow for other things to happen. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit more concise and, you know, a little bit more towards my original point. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. And I'm just going to talk with y'all. And we're going to get into it. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. And we about to get it in. So before we get started, I do got to make this clear that one, I don't need y'all to go and harass anybody who I mention. You know, I'm not with all that shit. I think that should be obvious by now. Another thing, these are my thoughts and my opinions, my experiences, and I'm going to speak on them. Okay. If you have an issue with anything I say, you take it up with me. All right. Do not go to anybody I mentioned. Don't go to any of my friends. You go to me. And most importantly, do not attack my sponsors, because that's your ass. My plan. I don't do that shit. All right. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it for real. Now, I know y'all see this picture, and I know y'all. Some of these people may look familiar to you. Some of these people y'all may even follow, and I'm lumping these people together for a reason, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But for those of y'all who don't know, at one point I was considered myself a part of Black Streamer Twitter, right? Which was basically, they have this idea of where, you know, black people, we gotta stick together, we gotta stick together, all that good stuff, right? Sounds good. And to give you a somewhat of a timeline, right? I think about quite a few years ago, actually, I was part of a group called Black Gamers Revolution, and I don't remember the full details of the conversation, but I ended up having a conversation with somebody, I think around the basis of sexuality and stuff like that. And I ended up getting kicked out the group for no reason, basically because my views were problematic, right? I didn't agree with the status quo. My views were problematic, and I ended up getting kicked out of there. Whatever, right? Fast forward some years later, I ended up joining a group called the Cookout, which was supposed to be an all-inclusive black space or whatever. And which, like I said, I wasn't against at all, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was cool with it. It is what it is. You know, Cookout was led by Denny Von Doom or whatever, and you know, I showed them my stuff that I had on YouTube and all that stuff, and got traction. You know, they you know, the traction that I had, and they basically let me in the group. But I noticed up until, I want to say about last year is when I really started speaking up, because I noticed quite a few inconsistencies, right? I noticed that they really weren't pushing people, you know, at least from my point of view anyway. They weren't really pushing people. They were just maybe a few key ones or whatever, and I just got fed up with it. And I remember going live about it on Twitter at the time. And this is right before the pandemic thing took off, and also right before the George Floyd incidents. And I'm mentioning that because that's it's very important, right? It's important to the timeline, right? So of course I make my video talking about it, and of course that raised a few eyebrows. A couple of people were on my side with it, and of course there was a few people that weren't too happy. No big deal, right? But what really kicked off, especially for me, was when the George Floyd incidents happened and people were rioting. I made it clear that I wasn't for the riots at all. You know what I'm saying? I understand protesting, outside the officer's house. I understand protesting, the police precinct. But when you start looting a random target, come on now, it makes no sense, right? So during that time, I was getting bombarded with people just going in on me. You know what I'm saying? They were like, well, you're not black enough, you're not this, and you're coon and blah blah blah, whoop-de-woo. Well, they, these billionaires got insurance, and they don't need a house nigga talking going for them, that type of shit. And some of these people were indeed connected to the Cookout, right? So during this time, and to kind of sidetrack a bit, y'all know when I come in and I chill with y'all on y'all streams, whatever drama I'm dealing with, I don't bring that over, right? Unless it's part of the discussion. And I go into a particular streamer, this case by the name of Mojo Jojo 97. And oh yes, I am name dropping. I don't give a fuck, by the way. I go into her live stream. She was playing Dead by Daylight. And I'm just sitting there commenting on the gameplay. And of course, at first, I'm getting ignored. And I notice I'm getting ignored or whatever. And all of that stuff. But it came to a time where this incident happened.
Wait a minute. LG, I don't like your tweets. I'm not liking your tweets at all. I unfollowed you for a reason. And I don't like how you talk to my friends either. King, was it you who had that altercation with LG?
No, it was Jedi and Vox.
Jedi and Vox? Yeah, no. I don't like that. Don't like it. I'm not liking your views. I'm not liking it at all. Not at all. So, you can get.
Shut your stupid.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but because you don't like somebody's tweets, it shouldn't mean that it's a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it's really started clicking for me that there's a whole lot of more bullshit going on, right? So of course I called that shit out. And I called the shit out on Twitter, and once again I get bombarded. People coming in defense of a woman. Whatever, right? How dare you? You just gotta take the L and move on. Blah 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 blah. They would say, "Oh, you don't. A woman doesn't have to let you in her space," and blah blah blah, and all that other extracurricular bullshit excuses that they would spew out. And once again, some of them were from the Cookout, and some of them were also from Black Girl Gamers, which I also had called them out as well. And that incident really is what got me kicked out of the Cookout, because I was harassing. Okay, I don't know if y'all starting to pick up a pattern here, but go with me on it, right? I was harassing because I called out something that I didn't like, and not to mention they didn't like the fact that I was cool with Gothix either. So we're gonna come back to that too. So during this time, that's when they start doing that shit. And also during that time, they start doing things like another streamer by the name of Munchkin Doom, which fast forward, like I said, to kind of that name is going to be important later too. So these names are important, so trust me, you're gonna see them later, right? So let's go into my timeline here. So around about this time, fast forward a bit, the infamous video with ZombaeKillz and NNESaga, right? The Griffin Gaming incident, where Griffin Gaming gets false flagged because he didn't agree with ZombaeKillz and NNESaga talking about there's racism in gaming, right? Of course, we talk about ZombaeKillz in an infamous tweet that, talking to PlayStation about asking for a lack of better representation of women of color, right? And we debunk all of that, and of course that gets traction as well, right? I get considered one of Griffin Gaming's minions or whatever, which is the furthest from the truth, right? Oddly enough, this situation, which was I think the next day, this is where, if y'all remember DKJ, shout out to him, he puts out a video of NNESaga calling him, trying to bully him because he made a video. He was in agreements with her, but there were certain things that he didn't understand, that he didn't agree with. You feel me? So he made his video talking about that separately, and then that's when NNESaga calls him and tries to bully him, right? Imagine getting a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, you working on content, and you get a call from somebody that you look up to, and they're threatening you because you don't kiss their ass. Don't worry, we'll come back to that point later. So of course I cover it, and it becomes a problem. And I also come back and make another video because a part of the screenshot that featured the tweet from NNESaga trying to get me canceled or try to get my video flagged was featured on an article. And I made this video talking about, I'm famous now, right? And remember I told you I mentioned Munchkin Doom, right? And Munchkin Doom was also one of the people who got wind of the video and tried to do the same and tried to cancel me for it. And he always steady, LG always trying to steady to disrespect black women, right? So I make this video talking about how I'm famous, right? Because I was featured in an article. I was just being facetious, right? And during that time, I was cool with Disparity, pretty cordial. I knew him through Akitak Uzu, but I didn't know him like that, right? So I tagged both of them in a in a tweet, and they end up Munchkin Doom and another person by the name of I Love Your Homeboy ends up bullying Disparity while he's streaming. Okay, I'll say that again. While he's streaming, this man was streaming art, had nothing to do with the situation, but because you saw me in a tweet with him, you wanted to jump on him once again while streaming. And the man looked up to you, Munchkin Doom. And it's crazy because you never showed up in his streams, but he looked up to you. And the only time you show up in his streams is to bully him. Now, I don't know. Are y'all starting to see a pattern? I see a pattern. I do. Shit's stupid. But like I said, I ended up doing a video with Abysmal. Shout out to him. They still hating on it, trying to get me canceled, but it didn't work. And they doing all this shit to try to attack me, right? And it just didn't work. Like I said, I'm not gonna stop talking about shit, which, but the fast forward sometime later, right? If y'all remember the Twitch incident where PogChamp, y'all remember how they changed up PogChamp? Gothix was the face of PogChamp, right? And to kind of back up a bit, I was also at the time a part of a group called Real Ones Gaming, which consisted of Green SP, Miss Pinky, 313, KR Bridge, Potter Blue, some other motherfuckers too, right? And you know, everything was all right. Things were decent. You know, they was pretty chill until I made the video talking about ZombaeKillz, right? So what they decided to do was they decided to kick me from the group, right? They kicked me from the group because according to them, I was, you know, they don't want to stand for harassment of black women. Once again, that harassment bullshit, right? The same woman that went on, was known and called out for harassing other streamers and content creators for critiquing her, even going as far as to trying to charge a young content creator an obscene amount of money because he used her face, right? He was talking about her content. He was talking about her. They were quiet on that, but heaven forbid that I make a fat joke about ZombaeKillz. Heaven forbid that somebody critique ZombaeKillz, NNESaga, or anybody that puts out anything critical talking about there's racism in the gaming space. Heaven forbid we do that, right? So in their most viewed video to this day, they kick me out of this group, but then they turn around and have ZombaeKillz in a conversation. These people are stupid. And of course, shout out to that guy Nick for having an honest critique, a very honest critique. But of course, if you look at the critique, it gets met with baseless claims. Oh, you're creepy. Oh, you're a creep. Oh, you're this. You know what I'm saying? I had a very awesome time chatting with Zombie and Cream. It's disgusting that people think it's okay to threaten lives because of one's views. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying it's okay. But once again, this is the black community. This is Black Streamer Twitter. So once again, ZombaeKillz is back up to her old tactics again. She was one of the people that tried to go to Twitch to get the PogChamp emote removed, and which it did. She was particularly successful in, right? And one of the people that was in it, right? One of the people that was in the conversation was one of the faces of PogChamp, was Critical Bard. And of course, people were upset because the PogChamp emote was changed, and people were rightfully upset. Cool. But Critical Bar got met with a very valid criticism, which he was caught saying that white feelings don't matter. Once again, during the time of, George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter movement and all of that shit, right? Y'all see this. White representation is not a thing. Why is this the face of PogChamp? Because by their very own logic, these are the same people that were complaining, talking about, well, these other people are being racist on the site. These other white people are being racist on the site, but here you go. Here you go. Right? Here you go. But it's perfectly okay. All right. Of course, I had a conversation with Gothix, and she was a part of the conversation for a bit. And I was about to end the stream. When this happens. When ZombaeKillz comes in. Right? ZombaeKillz comes in and starts to try to check me, right? And very poorly, I might add, right? Oh, looky who we got here. How about you stop using folks' days for clout? I'm not.
I gotta go. On that note, see you later, everyone. Peace.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, You know, nobody said nothing to ZombaeKillz about that. Nobody said nothing to her coming to my chat about that. But, you know, hey, we can have a real ones conversation, right? More like fraudulent ones, but, you know, whatever the fuck. I don't care. I said what I said. Y'all frauds. Right? And to keep things even more spicier, right? Let's keep this even more spicy. Y'all know I'm cool with Dark Riddler. And some of y'all know about Kiwi on the Sticks, right? I made a video about Kiwi on the Sticks because she had a parody account that was talking about Dark Riddler's daughter, which is a big no-no. Y'all, I don't understand why you bring people's kids into shit that has nothing to do with them, right? And another reason why I bring this up is because these are the same people that are talking about accountability, but of course she dodges accountability. She says she doesn't run this account. It wasn't her. It may be run by somebody a part of her community, but it wasn't her. Which is a load of bullshit, right? Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything to her about that. Nobody corrected her. To this day, we don't know if that account is hers or not, which, you know, we can pretty much know better, especially if you still follow the account. But this is the community, right? This is what the community supposedly is about, right? This is the beloved black streamer Twitter community. These are the people that were quiet when ZombaeKillz got called out for her stuff that she was doing. They were quiet. And matter of fact, once again, Munchkin Doom end up having to eat crow
for it. Y'all can have y'all Twitter discussions all y'all want. I said what I said. Gothix was right. I'm a run. That's it.
I don't know if y'all get what I'm putting down, but these are the people that are supposedly talking about unity in the black community. Black folks, we gotta stick together. We're a community, but then they turn around and do fraudulent shit. I am Brandon TV over here talking shit about people and trying to use his influence to blacklist people that don't agree. Talking about support or get dragged. I would support a black woman over a black man any day because I know men are trifling. Bitch, you're a black man too. You forgot? Just because you like taking dicks in your mouth, it doesn't mean that you're not a man, bruh. Because the same shit that you over here advocating for could happen to you. These people, they claim to be community. They claim we need to stick together. And I'm also going to throw Big Cheese in here too, because there were times where Big Cheese knew about the situation with ZombaeKillz but didn't say anything. Oh, guys, we just got to do better. Guys, we can't keep infighting. We gotta do better. Like, fuck. And I'm not taking away anybody's achievements. But when you start putting out this bullshit narrative, or if you put out anything public, it's open to scrutiny. And because you can't take the scrutiny, it doesn't mean that folks are attacking you. Right? And this is the main beef that I have with black streamer Twitter, is that they claim that, oh, we're about unity. Oh, we're about this. We're uplifting black voices. We want to amplify black voices. We're against racism. Question: when you say amplify black voices, you mean all of them, right? You mean not just ZombaeKillz, not just Black Girl Gamers, not just the Cookout, not just, me, not just, you also mean people like myself, people like Gothix, right? No? Okay. That's unfortunate because last I checked, I'm black. Despite what y'all think, I'm black. Period. And I'm over this idea of how y'all think that y'all can try to bully people into y'all group, into thinking the way that you want them to think. Like, can you imagine, right, being a white person, like, and you just learned about slavery and you feel bad, you want to do something, and you want to do something, and you hear about what these black streamers are saying, you listen to these people, and you try to reach out to them and try to help them and try to say, hey, I want to be a better influence. What can I do to help you guys? And they end up using you as a white person. They use you. They never look at you as an equal. They always look at you as subservient because you're white. If you're a white ally, notice what they define as allyship. What these type of people define as allyship is damn near slavery. It's mental fucking slavery. You have to whip yourself in the back. You have to literally say, I am this. I am a white man. Slavery bad. I'm sorry. Every day talking to these people. These people have you thinking that you ain't shit, which can end up fucking your shit up, making you feel a certain type of way. And honestly, if you think about it, that can actually create more racism. They get used up by these motherfuckers. And so if they come across somebody like me that speaks common sense, they're leery against helping me because they've had a bad experience with y'all motherfuckers. It ain't right, man. It ain't. It's crazy because the fact that I am speaking out about this shit, y'all are more upset about me speaking out about this shit and telling y'all that y'all aren't victims. Y'all are so quick to talk about the systemic oppression of a racial group to the social, economic, and political advantage of another. Y'all are so quick to talk about that. And y'all are quick to use black people can't be racist. And I disagree with y'all wholeheartedly, bruh. Because a system, y'all want to talk about a system? A system can only gain autonomy from people running it. In order for a system to have maintenance, it requires people to maintain it. Your computer can only do what you tell it to do. Your phone can only do what you tell it to do. Once it turns on, yes, there's certain things that work automatically because that's how it's built. But at the end of the day, in order for certain things to happen, it requires user interaction. And that right there is what I'm talking about. For racism to maintain itself, it has to require people to maintain it. Which leads up to the main definition, a belief that race is a fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. That's what racism is. The minute you think that you're better than somebody because you're black, because my melanin makes me better than you, you're racist. It may not be what you want to hear, but guess what? You're going to have to deal with it. Because black folks can too become racist. And I'm tired of this victim mentality. That is the biggest problem with y'all. Y'all want to sit up here and cry. All of y'all do this shit. Y'all all cry victim. Y'all all believe. Y'all all have the same belief that it's hard for black people to make it in the content creator space. It's hard. We get attacked every day. I'm scared to go live. I'm scared to hit the record button.
Stop it.
If that ain't the most biggest crock of bullshit I have ever heard in my fucking life, get the fuck out of here with that shit. There's racism in gaming. The fuck there isn't. There's racism everywhere. There's people out there that don't like us. So the fuck what? Most of them ain't shit anyway. Like, imagine you over here playing a game and you come across somebody by the name of Monkey Slayer 69 and you think that their opinion matters. Some random ass dude that doesn't even do anything outside the game, and that's all he does is talk shit. Imagine being offended by somebody who doesn't do anything. That's mad at you for creating content, and their sole purpose is to derail you from making your content, and you sit up there and let them do it. I'm scared to hit the go live button. I'm scared to stream because these bots, when there's tools in place for you to use. But oh, I forgot. That's accountability, which is y'all kryptonite. Y'all don't want to be held accountable, but you want to cry to these companies. And can somebody answer this? Some of y'all are Twitch ambassadors. What do y'all do? And the kind of side note, y'all did this day off Twitch shit to combat these trolls or whatever. And the person that did it ended up getting partnered and got quiet. Real quiet. I ain't heard from her since. Y'all do all of this activism shit. That's the crazy part. Y'all do this activism, but it's fake. It's fraudulent. And if anybody calls you out on it, y'all want to sit up here and block them. You know, and I'm not talking about everybody that's connected to y'all. It sucks because there's people that are connected to y'all that are actually pretty decent. One person that comes to mind right now is Majestic Madness 15. She disagreed with me on something on Twitter. We had a conversation and we've been pretty chill ever since. I come in her streams when I have time. I chill out. I have a good time. She's cool. We can talk. We can have a conversation. But the rest of y'all niggas don't want to do that because it requires you to be thinking outside of your little box. Y'all keep believing that you're oppressed. How? When you can literally do more than what your parents have done. The fact that you can sit up here and make content and get paid for it. Ain't that's craziness. And like I said, I can't take none of y'all seriously. I just can't because y'all so worried about shit that don't matter. Y'all want to be gaming activists. The fuck? I've gotten to the point where if anybody who considers themselves to be a gaming activist, y'all suck at games. Y'all can't play the game. Y'all do that. Y'all want to be an activist because you can't be good at the game. I hate Blacks 25 beating your ass in fucking Overwatch, talking shit and rubbing it in your face, and now you want to cry racism. People over here telling you that you suck because you missed 13 shots. And you over here, oh, well, I'm being harassed online. It's harassment. Oh no, please. Oh, fuck that. Get good. Well, I am. No. Well, then keep going. I remember Green one time came in my live and, you know, defending ZombaeKillz. Well, ZombaeKillz has been doing all of this stuff. She's been appearing in all of these podcasts. She's been doing all these interviews. How many more opportunities, you know, how much more does she have to work? How much more work does she have to put in? As much as it takes. If this is what you want to do, you're going to put in the work. I'm tired of y'all niggas crying every fucking second. Y'all niggas out here crying about racism in gaming that doesn't exist. Some false oppression hood that doesn't exist. That is not even a big deal, a big issue. But y'all would rather sit up here and get mad at people like myself and Gothix. Gothix, which is crazy because Gothix has appeared in numerous videos, different channels, gotten numbers. She left Twitch and got big. Meanwhile, y'all still fighting for front page. Huh. The irony. Y'all out here sitting up here begging for scraps instead of making yourself undeniable, which is something that I preach. But you rather sit up here and try to get me out the way. Try to, oh, we gonna cancel him. LG hates women. And if you ever talk to me, you would know that's the furthest from the truth. Tired of y'all motherfuckers trying to lie on me and trying to get me canceled. For what? Y'all out here trying to bully me, trying to prove a point. Oh, but the minute I clap back, it's harassment. Denny Von Doom, you had people in your cookout that was literally harassing other women, but your cockeyed ass couldn't see that shit. Y'all defending ZombaeKillz over here bullying other content creators, charging them out the ass because they made a viewpoint on her that she didn't like. Y'all didn't talk about that. Y'all didn't talk about NNESaga when she was sitting up here bullying another content creator at 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all turned a blind eye to that shit. And y'all was hella silent when ZombaeKillz, y'all found out ZombaeKillz was actually doing this shit. She did that shit to some of y'all niggas and y'all still got quiet. Y'all couldn't handle it. But community, right? You know, it's about community. Y'all don't represent me. Y'all are not a part of my community. I'm not a part of y'all's. I don't believe in what y'all believe in. I don't believe in that racist bullshit. And yes, black people can be racist, okay? I'm over that shit. I'm over this oppression bullshit. Some of y'all right now got numbers and y'all want to sit up here and cry. How are you gonna cry about having numbers and talking about it's not enough when you're on billboards, you're on ads on Twitch talking about you're oppressed? Make that make sense. How are you oppressed when you are literally getting opportunities? But I can't say nothing about it because if I say something about it, I'm the one that's wrong. Oh, we're gonna cancel this man. Oh, and before y'all do anything, how I look has nothing to do with this conversation. My hair might be messy, my face might look a certain way. I don't care. That has how I look like, or how I look, or what I got on means nothing. It's the truth, and you can't stand it. You do all that extra shit when you can't hit the truth. Oh, you look like this, bitch. First of all, how you look like when you stream and how you look like when you wake up ain't the same way. So you might want to chill out trying to talk shit about me. I ain't gonna sit up here and take shit from people that gotta paint their face there every morning to look decent. And even some of y'all that do put makeup on, you still look ugly. Some of y'all built like a healthy trash bag and you want to have the nerve to sit up here and talk shit about me. I'm not the one to play with. Let's not do that. Face looking like the Rocky Mountains and shit. And you got the nerve to sit up here and try to talk about me. Get the full fuck out of here. The blind can read off of your forehead, but you want to claim that you're oppressed though. I've been faced with more vitriol from these people that claim to be oppressed and that claim to be about community. I've faced more vitriol from them than I had from any supposed white supremacist. Y'all want to be oppressed so bad when y'all clearly aren't. And that is a fundamental disagreement that I have with y'all. Y'all want to play victim so bad. And to quote the great Ruin Leon, I'm paraphrasing that, your content sucks. Nobody wants to hear y'all whine and cry about being oppressed every fucking day. As a black man, I have to deal with this. As a black woman, it's hard for black folks out here. We have to deal with every day. Come on now. Every time you turn on the stream, you talk about oppression. And if somebody disagrees with you, no, get him out of here, chat. Get him out of here. Oh, he's black. All skin folk ain't kin folk. Fuck that. What? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And if that's the case, I wouldn't want to be kin to y'all. Y'all don't do shit for me. Because even when I was a part of y'all groups, granted I didn't know about some of y'all, but even when I was a part of y'all groups, y'all wasn't doing shit for me. Yes, that includes you too, Green. This is why I'm building what I'm building, because I'm tired of folks like y'all. Y'all are not controlling this narrative. Fuck that. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I am black, yes. And it's good to see black. I want to see us more in better places and higher places. Yes, I would love to see more black people in esports. But I'm not gonna be sitting up here begging a goddamn company or trying to guilt trip them or gaslight them into sponsoring me. Oh, they didn't sponsor me because they're racist. No, maybe they didn't sponsor your ass because your content ain't hitting. Like I said, y'all may not like what I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyway. I don't care. I do not care. That is the problem with y'all now. Y'all think everybody's got to kiss y'all asses, and that's not gonna work. And you're more than welcome to critique my video. But please know that if you come at me sideways, you will be met with that same energy. And I guarantee you, you're not gonna like it. Because I'm tired of y'all trying to push this narrative where that you're oppressed and, you know what I'm saying, you're that victimhood mentality to get you some views, to get you some clout, and you can't even capitalize on the clout that you get. Some of y'all are stuck in the same place, but you mad at other people for doing their thing. You mad at other folks for taking the time to get better. You rather slander people that don't agree with you. You rather try to get them canceled, to try to get them out the way and thinking you're gonna take their views. It's not gonna work like that. You got people that look up to y'all. That's the crazy part. Y'all got niggas that work with y'all and believe the shit that y'all say. And it's crazy because there's people that look up to y'all but may not agree with what y'all say, but they go with it. Why? Because they don't want to be canceled. They don't want to be attacked. So they just go along with it because they feel like they ain't got no choice. And I'm not with all of that. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much numbers you got. I don't care what position you fucking hold. It ain't right. If you got a problem with it, you're more than welcome to talk with me about it. We can chop it up. My DMs are open. But hey, if you rather sit back in your corner and talk with your little friends and talk about, well, he looked like this, and why the back of his, why is this, his setup look like this? Why his hair look like that? If that's what you rather focus on than what I'm telling you, then that's your problem. You want to sit there and be oppressed? That's fine. But if you're tired of oppression all up in your videos, come holler at me. Anyway, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video, man. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to me rant and stuff. It's craziness. I'm just over it. I'm tired of it, and it's high time that I said something about it. If you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, y'all hit me up in the comment section below. For those that for those of them that watch this, I said what I said. I ain't taking it down. I'm not taking it down. I'm not stepping back on what I said. If you see your picture on this, you see your face on here. Like I said, this is my thoughts on y'all. I don't care. Until you talk to me about it, it stays that way. You don't want to talk about it. You think you think you too big or too bad. That's your problem. You want to go cry and whine on Twitter about how oppressed you think you are when your content just sucks, and you want to try to guilt trip people into donating to you. That's your problem. That's on you. I'm not doing that shit over here. I'm building a dynasty over here, and that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, like I said, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're new. Music, vlogs, gaming is what I do. And also some real talk videos like this from time to time. But I had to get this out before the end of the year, man. I had to get it out. We gonna keep it moving, keep it pushing. I'll be catching y'all on the next one, all right? Peace. God bless.
The Dynasty